Constant friend, oh Lord, you've been very close to me. In my trials and times of weakness, patiently directed me in the way that I should go. When I was sick and didn't think I was gonna get away.
You're listening to Nationwide 90 FM. The time is
12 noon.
It's credible and factual. The World at Noon on Nationwide 90 FM.
Good afternoon, I'm Andrew Cannon. In the World at Noon for this Sunday, January 26, 2025, Court of Appeal President Justice Marva McIntosh Bishop dismisses claims of corruption among judges. New JUTC route comes into operation tomorrow. Driver of BMW dies in collision on Portmore Toll Road. In news from the region, British Virgin Islands to get long-awaited tourism policy, says Premier. While in sport, Merciless Sinner wins back-to-back Melbourne titles. The details after this.
If it's news, it's got to be Nationwide 90 FM.
Court of Appeal President Justice Marva McDonald Bishop has defended the judiciary as she dismissed claims of corruption among judges. Speaking at the installation ceremony for 33 justices of the peace and 14 lay magistrates at Church Teachers College in Mandeville on Thursday, January 23, McDonald Bishop encouraged her audience to follow judiciary ethics. She highlighted reported conversations with her relatives who have been angered by negative comments made about the judiciary.
We have the judicial conduct guidelines, but guess what? They are not in a statute. They are mere directory, advisory. They are not mandatory. But we obey them, the guidelines nevertheless, because we want a justice system that is free from corruption. Of course, persons will talk. They say, oh, the justice system is corrupt, or the judges are corrupt. But I say to them, and I say boldly in relation to our judges, bring the evidence and bring it on. Because I know you will never be able to prove it. We have the finest set of judges in Jamaica, if I may say so.
She also reminded justices of the peace that their role is a voluntary one.
We have no need for corrupt practices, because all of us have approached the bench as a calling. Our motivation is not money, but service to humanity to the best of our abilities and in accordance with the Constitution that is the supreme law.
Justice Marva McDonald Bishop, Court of Appeal President. The Jamaica Urban Transit Company, JUTC, is introducing Route 605, a new rural stage carriage service connecting Linstead to Spanish Town. The new service is slated to come into operation tomorrow, January 27. According to the JUTC, the addition reflects JUTC's commitment to providing safe, reliable, and affordable transportation to meet the growing demand in rural areas. Agriculture Minister Floyd Green says his ministry has begun recruiting agricultural wardens who will investigate and arrest individuals accused of committing crimes within the sector. Minister Green was speaking on Friday, January 24, at the tissue culture launch at the College of Agriculture, Science and Education, CASE.
Already we've started recruiting agricultural wardens. These will be police officers tasked with apprehending people who commit agricultural crime. We plan to roll out 300 over the next 3 years. Again, we've already had recruitments in 5 parishes. We have about 162 people who are going to start training this quarter or to roll out the first 100 this year. What we will do is deploy them in the areas where we have the highest incidence of agricultural crime, so that there will be literally more boots on the ground. And the last element is the market space. We're going to be clamping down on the items that are being sold. You have to be able to say where you get it from.
Minister Green says Police Commissioner Dr. Kevin Blake has also moved to create a division within the JCF aimed at investigating agricultural crimes.
We've worked with the police to have now pay their last day units as a part of some of their divisions, so that when farmers go to report pay their last day, you don't join the regular line, because people say you have rape, you have murder, who is going to deal with pay their last day? And I want to commend Commissioner Blake, because he is now moving towards a division of the force that will deal with agricultural crime and preventing agricultural crime, because as you have said, it has transitioned to now gangs operating in the space. To support that, we need more boots on the ground.
Floyd Green, Agriculture Minister. A high-powered weapon is off the streets of Kingston. This as the St. Andrews South Police seized one AAC Honey Badger rifle with a magazine containing 19 5.56 rounds of ammunition during an operation on Crescent Road, Kingston 13, on Saturday, January 25. Reports from the Hunts Bay Police are about 12:50 p.m. Lawmen were in the area when a premises was searched. During the search, the firearm was found buried at the rear of the property. No one was arrested in relation to the seizure. Investigations are continuing. A 24-year-old male driver of a 2024 BMW X5 is dead following a collision that took place about 2:20 this morning along the westbound section of the Portmore Toll Road. Investigations are continuing into the possible causes of the collision. The Public Safety and Traffic Enforcement Branch, PSTEP of the JCF, has listed the possible causes of the collision as swerving, inattention or diverted attention, or excess speeding. To news now in the region, British Virgin Islands Premier Natalio Wheatley says the territory will have a long-awaited national tourism policy by the end of June. He made the statement during a recent press conference where the Premier addressed developments in the territory's tourism sector following the recent National Tourism Summit. Wheatley revealed that consultations for the policy are underway and will involve stakeholders across all major islands. He said the policy would guide the BVI in tackling challenges and seizing opportunities in the dynamic global tourism market. The National Tourism Summit, held earlier this month at the reopened Peter Island Resort, brought together 200 tourism stakeholders. The summit laid the groundwork for the policy and accompanying national tourism plan. On the international scene, a key ally of Trump's, Republican Senator Lindsey Graham, has told NBC the president should not have pardoned violent 6 January defendants. Senate Democrats are planning to press Republicans on their support of Trump's order, as polls suggest the move was unpopular with the public. Donald Trump, meanwhile, tells the BBC that the U.S. gaining control of Greenland is an absolute necessity to guarantee international security. The U.S. president has repeatedly expressed an interest in securing the autonomous Danish territory, despite multiple rebukes from the Danish government. He also accuses Canada of treating the U.S. unfairly on trade, saying the country is totally reliant on us and would benefit from becoming a U.S. state. Elsewhere, Trump has suggested that Gazans could be relocated to other Arab countries. That remark has shocked Palestinians but has been welcomed by Israel's far right. The US president says he'll be speaking with UK Prime Minister Sir Keir Starmer in the next few hours, adding he has a very good relationship with him. And now to sport. Jannik Sinner underlined why he is the world's best men's player by securing back-to-back Australian Open titles with a merciless victory over Alexander Zverev. The Italian top seed delivered in the decisive moments to win 6-3, 7-6, 7-4, 6-3 against the second seed. Despite an ongoing doping case hanging over him, Sinner has been able to block out the noise to claim a third Grand Slam title. After sealing victory with a composed cross-court winner on his first championship point, the 23-year-old calmly raised his hands into the air before walking over to celebrate with his team. "It is an incredible tournament for me. I hope I can keep it going," said Sinner, who is the first Italian player to win 3 majors. The straight-set win was a demonstration of Sinner's relentless baseline game, physical power, and mental steeliness. And now for a recap of the top stories making the news at this hour. Court of Appeal President Justice Marva MacDonald Bishop dismisses claims of corruption among judges. New JUTC route comes into operation tomorrow. Driver of BMW dies in collision on Portmore Toll Road. Remember, you can find the news on our website at nationwideradiojm.com and on the Nationwide app available on Google Play and the App Store. News is next at 6 tomorrow morning, but stay tuned for the amazing word.
Come into the parlor. There's